feels good to be a wrestling fan. It feels good to be a wrestling fan. It feels good to tell people that you were right for watching this product. It feels good to finally be able to sit here and be like, what did you do last night? Oh, really? Well, I watched SummerSlam, where Ronda Rousey became the world champion of Raw. I watched SummerSlam last night, where tens of thousands of people were hopping out of their seats and losing their minds. I shed a tear last night. It feels good to finally be able to answer that question with pride and with a chest full of just umph when you say it. What did you do last night? I watched SummerSlam last night. What the heck did you do? What were you watching? You watching episode, old episodes of Full House. What were you doing? Okay, you finally get to go and you get to be around the water cooler. What can I use as a water cooler? Here, I'll use this. How about this? This is the water cooler, the Intercontinental Championship. Hey, man. Hey, what you doing, man? Hey, Gritty. Hey. Yeah, I was having fun last night, man. What did you do? I went on a date. It didn't turn out too well. The girl, she turned out to be a catfish, man. And I mean like a literal catfish. Like I showed up and she was a catfish. She was flopping around on the sidewalk and she was a literal catfish, dude. And I was like, "What the heck?" And I knew it because like the pictures they showed her good side, and so she looked kind of scaly, but I thought that it was just like a skin disorder, but she was a real catfish. Gritty, she was flopping around. I poured water on her and she was fine, and then I put her in the fountain outside and I went home. What did you do, Gritty? Oh, it's funny you ask what I did last night, you weirdo. It's funny you ask because last night I was watching SummerSlam. This was incredible! What in the wide world of sports just happened? This was incredible, okay? I'm sorry I'm losing my mind because I am not going to let the hype leave my body because I don't want it to leave my body because I know a couple weeks from now I'm going to wish I had this hype in my body when I watch Raw and it turns into the 3-hour weirdness where I'm sitting there falling asleep or thinking about falling asleep or thinking about how later I might want to fall asleep. For now, I'm leaning on this, and I'm telling this guy, I was watching SummerSlam. What the heck were you doing? Taking some catfish out to a bar, man, putting her in the fountain. That's what you were doing, all right? This pay-per-view is the exact love letter I needed from the WWE to really know that they still think about me, okay? They still think about me. It's like a love letter from your long lost love from years ago, and she tells you she was just lost at sea. She was lost at sea, or he was lost at sea, or whatever. He was lost at sea, and he couldn't find his way home, and he finally is back, and he's looking for you. All he had, or all she had, was your address, and all that she could do was just send you this letter. And on this letter was these matches. My goodness gracious, guys. I don't even want to talk about these matches. I literally just want you guys to understand. Like, I'm going to talk about them, okay? But I just got to start it off with just letting you guys now know how sensational, how incredible, how this was the exact love letter I needed to get in the mail. And it's that sad day when you go to your mailbox and you're expecting bills, and then that one letter falls out from your bills, and you're like, what the heck is this? WWE? Wait a minute. That WWE from back in high school? No way. And you turn it over, you open it up, and it's like, Dear Gritty, dear WWE fans, we still love you backstage. We just suck a lot and we mess up a lot. But please, take this letter as a token of our appreciation of you being a real life fan. You being a real life person who cares about the product like we should every single week. Here you go. Here's your gift. I still love you. I still think about you. And you are the reason that my heart beats at night. Goodness gracious, open spaces. All right. This is exactly what I needed to see. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to tell you, but This was everything that a SummerSlam should be. Every single thing. And I hope you guys like the layout because I did the dang thing with this layout as well. Super duper extra mega thanks to all the people who are in the chat right now. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm reading your messages, man. I'm seeing GC, I'm seeing Cameron, I'm seeing the Mo, I'm seeing B Ferris TV, I'm seeing Kelton, I'm seeing Second City Saint, I'm seeing Atom Bomb. I probably already said a couple people's names twice. I'm seeing Irish Bongsmoker, I'm seeing SkullCrusherPrincess. Did she smell fishy? I don't know, man. I don't think he got that close. I was at the water cooler. I don't know. I don't know what he smelled. I don't know what he smelled. Either way, I don't know what he smelt. Get it? Smelt? That's a type of fish. Smelt. Anyway, next. CB Gaming's in the house too. What's up, CB Gaming? Chicken Nuggets here as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. The Mo, if I didn't say the Mo, I gotta say the Mo. Everybody's name who contributed is gonna be scrolling over here, and the Mo is the legit boss as well. My goodness gracious, guys. I don't even know what to tell you. Looks so awesome. Thank you, SkullCrusherPrincess. I spent quite some time on this, and it is awesome. I must say that almost everybody I picked lost tonight, but almost everybody I picked did something really good tonight. So I still feel good about this lower corner. If you're watching this after the fact, please understand about 15 minutes after every event, whether it's Raw, whether it is NXT, whether it is a pay-per-view, I'm normally online giving you guys my thoughts, and I'm trying to figure out what you've thought about these events as well. So please stop on by, give us your opinion. Dude, that's enough gushing. That's enough gushing. All right, I know if I was watching this review, I'd be like, dude, can you please just get to it? I'm sorry. All right, I'm getting to it. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Let's get to it. You guys want to know? I'm gonna let you know. All right. Let me find out what I could do here, because this is going to be a little bit of a experimental start to things. As you can see, I'm live at SummerSlam, guys. I'm here. Can you guys see? There's a SummerSlam ring right behind me. I'm live at SummerSlam doing this review, so the hype is in the air around me. The adrenaline, I'm breathing it in, and it's getting me hyped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image here, and it's going to be just, I guess, just a wrestle image, and I'm going to start showing you guys what I'm talking about, because I've looked back on some of my broadcasts and figured out that, hey, you know what would be really cool? If I actually showed you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about. Oh gosh, I got to make large icons, I guess. I can't even tell what these are. All right, here we go, guys. Let's just have a little beginning talk. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pre-show, because the pre-show is still part of the pay-per-view as far as I'm concerned. So we started off with Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega versus Rusev and Lana. Let me see. Is there like extra large icons? I can't even see this. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Here we go. All right. Where am I putting this? Oh, that's way too big. It's all over the place. But you get my drift. There you go. Put this right here. I'm going to move myself over just a bit. Let's put that right there, and then find my camera, guys. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly. Hopefully you guys can respect the fact that there's a person who is willing to make changes for the better, for you guys, okay, for the fans, for the WWE universe. All right, let me move over. All right, cool. Here I am. All right, guys. First match: Lana, Rusev, Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega was looking fan-freaking-tastic, and so was Andrade Cien Almas, because they got the win. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to say about this, except for Lana is continuously impressing me more and more as an athlete, and I'm glad that she is taking wrestling seriously. I don't know how long she's been wanting to actually be a legitimate wrestler, but it seems like she's made a very good attempt recently, because I am impressed with her wrestling more and more recently. So Lana did some good stuff. Lana really was the driving force behind the whole Zelina Vega Lana matchup within this. I would say Zelina Vega just kind of fed off of her and reversed some things to make things happen, and that's the way the ending happened. Zelina Vega actually got the dirty pin for the win, and the team of Zelina Vega and And Andrade Cien almost beat Lana and Rusev. So who knows? Who knows if Rusev Day is over with? I'm glad Aiden English had nothing to do with this match. Holy moly, am I glad that we did not see any Aiden English at all. I hope he handcuffed himself backstage. I hope he's still stuck backstage because this guy needs to stay out of this. He's been legitimately like hurting my heart because I love Aiden English, man. I've loved him since NXT, since he was in the Vaudevillains and doing the dang thing down there. I hate to see him being portrayed as a joke character or as just a sideshow and all this stuff. So just please, God, I'm so happy that Aiden English handcuffed himself backstage. When do I think Braun will cash in? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, dude. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't even know. I don't even know. But good opening match. I like that they started it with this. It got the crowd legitimately into it because nobody in that arena could not chant Rusev Day. And also, I'm glad that Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien almost picked up this win because just due to the crowd reaction when Andrade Cien almost came out and Zelina Vega came out, you could just tell that like they're revered and they're thought of by the crowd as just, oh, these people, you know. It's not anything where there's any hype behind it. They need some good merchandise, they need a good push, and hopefully that'll start this Tuesday because Andrade is too freaking good at wrestling to be just a, oh, this guy type of athlete, and this was the start of it, I hope. So good stuff, and this is not bruise Rusev at all because Rusev has done nothing but lose for the past like year, for the past like 6 months at least. Rusev has done nothing but lose in the past like 6 months, and he's still like one of the most popular things in the WWE. So it's not going to hurt him at all. I think they made the right call here, so I'm not mad at all. This was a great start, and I was already hyped. They already got me. They already got me, man. Where did I put this, by the way? The tip is the top. Yeah, it's the tip is the top. Okay, they already got me, man. I wasn't mad at all. That was good. Next up, what did we get? We got we got this. We got the cruiserweight title match. Is it gonna be the right size? Yeah, it's the right size, dude. I'm doing the right thing. You guys see me? Girls can hoop too. What's up, girls can hoop too? You guys see me? I'm making adjustments on the fly. I'm showing you guys screenshots. I'm doing my review. I'm at SummerSlam Live. I got the live chat, man. There's so many things going on. I'm like a principal. I'm like a principal of a giant wrestling school right now. Anyway, Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Man, I can barely even say it because it's just too good. Drew Goo did the dang thing tonight, man. He legitimately showed that there is nothing between him and this championship other than booking. His wrestling was great. The timing was great. There was a botch at the end for the finish, which is arguably the most important time to not botch. But overall, Cedric retained his championship here. But I don't want to even talk about the spots, man. I can talk about a million spots in this match. Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak, you know it's going to be a million spots, man. There was a standing Spanish fly. There was a Ushigoroshi off the ropes, pretty much. He cracked the back of the neck. Drew Gulak did. Uh, it had everything you need. I just hope that this retention by Cedric Alexander means that Cedric Alexander is going to start to get some more time on 205 Live for us to get to know him a little bit because it feels like I know Drew Gulak better than Cedric Alexander, and that's a little bit of a problem to me because I feel like I should know my champions better than the challengers. The challengers should be like who is this guy? This guy's gonna fight him? Like it shouldn't be a complete mystery, but I should know more about my champion than I know about my challengers. But I feel the complete opposite. I feel like I've come to actually know the personality and see the evolution of Drew Gulak more than I've seen the evolution of a Cedric Alexander. So I just really hope that the WWE will do their best and 205 Live will do their best to showcase why this guy has been champion for so long. Because he's in a league of killers, man. He's swimming with sharks, and literally everybody is the same size shark in that pool. Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar, Drew Gulak, Kalisto, freaking Grand Metalik, Hideo Watami, the list, Tony Nese, dude, the list goes on and on. The list is unstoppable. It's a It's a swimming pool full of sharks, and they're all the same size. I literally don't see a difference between one and the other. They're all epic. They pull off the greatest matches that the WWE does per capita. 205 Live is the best show WWE puts on per week when it comes to wrestling. And I know people are going to say NXT. No. 205 Live is the best per capita, per wrestling match, star rating, match rating. 205 Live is the best show that WWE puts on. And so they're all killers, man. Arya Davari? Dude, I have his autograph. I have the guy's autograph. So anyway, Cedric Alexander retains. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this, but it's just because I love 205 Live so much. So anyway, Cedric Alexander retains against Drew Gulak, and man, I just hope that we see some more of this. I hope the rematch happens on 205 Live this week. Next match, guys. I gotta say thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me for this review. I highly appreciate it. Let's see what you guys are thinking. What are you guys thinking? Leo Rush. Yeah, Leo Rush, dude. Leo Rush. Dude, I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm just looking. I'm looking, man. There's Twitter, there's social, there's all kinds of stuff. Vote for me, guys. Guess that command. There's all kinds of commands in here. Vote is a brand new command. Bit Boss is a brand new command. This is the command that I would like everyone to use tonight, guys. Bit Boss. All right, because this is the command that you can keep on using even after I'm offline, and it actually helps the stream. And you can get a free subscription. I can give free subscriptions to my Twitch channel off of this. The points that you earn can actually damage the boss in the boss battle. You can get free donations. So if maybe you don't have any money in your pocket, you can literally donate to me for free. On top of that, did I mention free subscriptions to my Twitch channel? So if maybe money's a little tight some month or another month, guess what? You get to stay a sub. Check it out. I said I'd never call you guys subs. Forget that. You get to stay a subscriber because sub seems very demeaning. You're not a sub to me. You guys are subscribers. Next up, oh my goodness, guys, this match was hot, but it wasn't bad. It was hot. It was hot enough. The B team. The B team versus the Revival in a rematch of what we saw on Raw. And I don't really want to spend too much time on this. I think the Revival showed that they are legitimate contenders. I think the B team picked up a lucky win like they always do. And I think that's the story here. I think B team keeps getting these lucky wins. Bo Dallas falls across the back of Scott Dawson as he has the pin locked in, and it turns the fulcrum of the pin over to where Curtis Axel actually has the pin, and that's the win. So B team wins in a pretty long match. I would say they gave them a good amount of time on the pre-show, and that's it. B team wins, guys. I have nothing else to say about this. Just good job, B team. And the Revival is one of the most legitimately epic tag teams that exists in all of wrestling, not even just WWE. I'll put the Revival against anybody. I'll put them against the Golden Lovers. I'll put them against the, oh gosh, dude, who else? Oh man, I'll put them against anybody. I'll put them against anybody, guys. Honestly, what's the tag team? The hottest tag team on the market. What's the name of them? They're not in the WWE. They super kick everybody. Super kick parties right now. They got, I can't remember their name right now, but they got merchandise in Hot Topic. What are they called? Guys, somebody tell me. What's the name of this team? They're not in WWE. They're in New Japan. They're in Ring of Honor. Not the Steiner brothers. No, the Mo. No, the Mo. What's the name of them? Once I see it, I'm gonna be like, all right, Young Bucks. There you go, the Young Bucks. Thank you, Cameron. The Young Bucks. I'll put the Revival versus the Young Bucks any day, dude, and they'll pull out an incredible match. It'll be a 5-star tag team match. The Revival is that freaking good. The Young Bucks. Thank you, guys. The Young Bucks. I'll put them against them. I'll put them against anybody. I'll put them against the Authors of Pain. I'll put them against the Bludgeon Brothers. I'll put them against the New Day. The Revival is legitimately one of the best tag teams on the planet. And to see them lose in a little weird roll up like this, it pains my heart a little bit. But then again, Bo Dallas is epic too. He's a great wrestler. It's just I see behind the scenes, guys. I remember how good Bo Dallas is. I remember how good Curtis Axel is. Some people have forgotten how legitimately good these people are, and I'm not letting it. So I was disappointed this match degraded into a simple freaking lucky roll up. So wasn't a bad match. The finish was exactly what they wanted B Team to be. They want them to be a lucky story, and so I'm not mad about it. It's just that's how it turned out. I ain't mad. I'm just disappointed. You know, it's like what your parents tell you when you come home with like a D+ on your report card. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. All right, there you go. Next up, oh my goodness. This was my favorite part of the night, and I'm biased as heck. I'm as biased as you could ever be. You see this championship? This championship is right here. Okay, this championship. It was a water cooler earlier, but now it's a championship. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre at ringside. I am so glad they did not. They did at the beginning. I was like, here we go. They're focusing way too much on Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose's entrance happened first out of all of them. Dean Ambrose came out first. I was like, oh, here we go. But it kind of made sense as I thought about it. I'm like, okay, well, you got to introduce the champion last, right? But they still didn't even introduce the champion last. They introduced Drew McIntyre last. Either way, this match, dude. I don't even want to explain what happened. You got to watch this match, guys. This match was legitimately fantastic. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, they did what very few people could pull off, and that's focusing on the people outside and letting it affect the inner match while still wrestling a great match. Like they still put on a great match if you watched it, but they also let what was happening outside matter. Can you understand how good of a wrestler you have to be? How good do you have to be at anything? Let's say you're a competitive knitter. Let's say you just knit competitively, okay? I'm going to use the competitive knitting again. All right, let's say your profession is that you knit, and when you knit better than anybody else. But you're going up against Gertrude, and Gertrude is the like A1 best competitive knitter of all time. Okay, so it's you versus Gertrude in an all-out battle to find out who is the best competitive knitter. You're trying to knit up a storm. You're trying to knit this sweater before she finishes her sweater. And then guess what? You got a tag team partner. Her name's Anita. Dude, Anita and you're gonna do the dang thing. Okay, Anita's got to watch this other person who always messes you up. This other person always comes in and messes up your knitting while you're getting it ready. So Anita's got your back finally. Okay, because Gertrude has what's another really like ugly old name? No, not ugly. I can't say ugly. What's a really weird old name? Oh gosh, what's a weird old name that you don't hear too often? How about uh Bethany? Okay, Bethany. Bethany, that's her name. Bethany. All right. Bethany and Gertrude, they're teaming up, all right? Bethany's always messing you over. So, you're trying to competitive knit. So, not only do you have to knit an incredibly epic sweater in front of thousands of people and millions watching, you also have to keep an eye on Bethany because Bethany's always trying to get her hands on your knitting. They just literally and can you understand how complicated that sounds? Think about how complicated it really is in real life. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler turned in one of the greatest performances of this year, guaranteed. At the end of the match, Dean Ambrose hits Drew McIntyre with the Dirty Deeds on the outside, and man, I hope that's a feud going forward because Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose could be something fantastic. I hope that's a match on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Either way, Seth Rollins delivers the super cake straight to the chin, okay? Not super kick, super cake, because cake puts you to sleep. You eat some good cake, you're going to sleep. He ate some good cake, and then he caught a curb stomp from Seth Rollins, and now you see. What does this picture tell you? Seth Rollins, me, Me and Seth Rollins. Me with the Seth Rollins hat. Intercontinental Championship. I'm glad Dean didn't turn heel too, man. I'm so glad for that because it's too early, man. If he's gonna turn heel, give him some seconds, man. Let him marinate a little bit. Okay? Smorgenfeld. Yes. Gertrude Smorgenfeld. I'm telling you. Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn's another one. I like Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn. That's a good one. Gertrude. Makes the best knitting. I'm trying to tell you guys the names of the best knitters in the world. Anyway, Seth Rollins becomes the new Intercontinental Champion, and I'm so glad they didn't let the whole Dean Ambrose return overshadow the epicness of Seth Rollins. And now that Seth has the belt, there's a new thing on the market to where Dean could turn heel in the future and have a prize in his eyes. You know, I loved it so much. So there you go. Holy moly, man. I was out of my mind, Hype. I'm sorry I spent so much time on that, but hey, you know, I'm not sorry because the match deserved it. Next up, what do we got? Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Next up. The New Day. The New Day versus the Bludgeons. Let's put some of that on the screen. Oh yeah, dude, I got it. Don't you worry, dude. I wasn't just sitting here before I started the stream. I was doing work. Gertrude is that old lady boss you cringe every time you see her. You guys are so funny. I'm telling you, cake will put you to sleep. New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. This match was much better than their old showdown. The showdown they had before, man, New Day looked like a raggedy sack of wet potatoes, man. They looked so like they were tired of wrestling or something. I don't know, man. Raggedy sack of wet potatoes, I think, accurately portrays the New Day's performance against the Bludgeon Brothers previously. But now, this match was fantastic once again, dude. SummerSlam was off the charts, man. If you're getting tired of listening to me, just please listen to this. SummerSlam was off the charts. If you didn't see it, go see it. All right, it was epic. Anyway, back to the review. This match had ups and downs, ins and outs. It had everything you were looking for. It had a WTF moments as well as they chose to put Xavier Woods and Big E instead of Kofi Kingston. A lot of people thought Kofi Kingston was going in this battle, but Kofi was on the outside with a completely separate outfit. He was not part of this match. He was just keeping it hype. And I love that, man, because it's about time, dude. It's about time they give Xavier Woods a showcase. I hope that years from now, I hope like 10 years from now when people look back and like, dude, did you hear about the longest reigning tag team champions of all time? I hope they don't go back and go, oh yeah, but you know, Xavier Woods was just kind of like a tag along because he never did anything for them. I hope they don't go back and I can get rid of this now. I hope they don't go back because I can already see it happening. I can already see people throwing shade on the New Day. Well, it was just Kofi and Big E, though, because Xavier didn't do a dang thing. I hope people will really stop themselves in their tracks before they say something like that, because Xavier Woods has been as important of a part of this tag team as anybody else. Any other member, even though Big E has been the heavy lifting and Kofi has been the fantastic performer, so has Xavier Woods, man. I just think he's gonna fall to the wayside a little bit, and I hope not, man. I hope not. They have been the kings of the Freebird rule. They have been the kings of the tag team division, and I just really hope when they put together a New Day retrospective or the documentary about them, they're not like, oh, well, you know, technically. No, I don't want to hear technically. Xavier is epic as heck, man. He's been the brains of the operation, and the guy is fan-freaking-tastic. And the fact that he was part of this match tonight and they lost, I think that's going to be another little check mark. They go, see, look, they lost. You know, I hope not, man, because he's awesome. The guy takes incredible bumps. The guy has such an acumen and such a good grasp on what it is to be a professional wrestler and professional entertainer. I love it so much. But anyway, the Bludgeon Brothers win. They pick up the win off of just straight brutality, and I loved it so much, dude. The ending of this match where, as you're seeing it right here, Eric Rowan lifts him up into a wheelbarrow position, and Luke Harper grabs Xavier Woods' head and starts just headbutting him. over and over and over again, and they just cracked the heck out of Xavier Woods. It's over with, man. It's done. So the Bludgeon Brothers retain. I'm not going to give you a full rundown of each match because whatever. Just watch the match, man. It was epic. Just watch the match. Too good, though. It was a great match, and it was a very, very much better platform for the New Day to really show off that they do anything. And I think they lost by disqualification too. They didn't even lose straight up. Did they lose straight up? I don't think they even lost straight up, man. Yeah. Okay. So technically, technically, New Day won because the Bludgeon Brothers introduced the Bludgeon Hammers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no, they didn't win off a straight pin. They lost off of getting hit with the Bludgeon Hammers. So, New Day won the match, but they did not win the titles. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. There was a lot of matches. All right. Bludgeon Brothers disqualified themselves because Eric Rowan grabbed a hammer and just started straight up destroying Big E with it. And so they retained the titles, but they lost the match. New Day won off of disqualification. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. Is that enough sorries? Did I say enough sorries? I think I might have missed one sorry. So sorry. Okay. Hit him with the hammer. Anyway, I just got done watching this, so it's still super duper fresh, and I haven't had a chance to really reflect on it. But I'm just giving you my reactions and what I really thought about it, which I think is the best way to review something. I think people who get a chance to sit there and read the whole internet and find out how everybody else is feeling about things, and then they do a review, I find that kind of cowardly. Because it's like you don't want to give your real opinion and want to find out if other people liked it before you say anything. And I'm not down with that. Next up, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Oh my goodness, dude. I had my predictions. This was the squash of the night. And it should have been. It was one of the squashes of the night. There was another squash. We're going to get into that. Don't worry. But Braun Strowman just destroyed Kevin Owens. Absolutely destroyed Kevin Owens. He hit him with the oh god, he choke slammed him on the steel of the ramp. Put him back in the ring, hit him with the running power slam, and then hit him with the most cocky pin I've ever seen Braun pull off. This guy is starting to believe in his own legend, and I like that. Braun should believe in himself, man, and he deserves it. As long as it just took me to explain that, that's probably how long the match was. It's over with, man. That's it. Braun retains the Money in the Bank briefcase, and later on we'll talk a little bit more about it. We'll talk a little bit more about what happened. Goodness gracious. That's it. That's all I want to say about it. Braun destroys Kevin Owens. Sorry, Kevin. I'm really sorry. But hey, man. You asked for it. Next up, we got Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella in the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Let me try to read what you guys are talking about. Wonder what Kevin Owens' excuse will be. He's hiding in the car with the towel over his head. Probably. Yeah, be careful with the capital letters. Daniel Bryan Miz match was longer than the Braun Owens match. Oh yeah, that was a pretty long match. We'll see. Straight mallet whomping them. Yep. Just hitting them with that thunder mallet. That's mallets in Thunderhand. Not Alice in Wonderland, but mallets in Thunderhand. Smashing them up. This match was great. Okay, this was probably maybe the second match of the night to really surprise me with how good it was. New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers just kind of fulfilled how good I thought a match could be. The first match that really surprised me would be the Seth Rollins versus Dolph match. I think it really pulled something off. And there was another match. What was the other match? Nope, that was it. Yeah, the Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler match was the other match. But this match was the first one to like leaps and bounds overcome what I thought the match would be. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Carmella. Carmella was playing them against each other perfectly. She was playing up the heel roll It just had everything you were looking for, man. And another thing I want to touch on here is that some of these matches were legitimately NXT worthy. Like if you just changed the setting, if you changed the ring apron and all that, and just had it say Takeover, you could definitely see Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Carmella wrestling the same match for the women's championship of NXT, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. I would have been like, okay, this is an NXT match. NXT has become the bar you gotta like legitimately look at when you talk about how good a WWE match can be. And honestly, these women went to war. They did the dang thing. They told the story. They had these pauses in it where Charlotte and Becky were talking back and forth, trying to reassert their friendship and keep it together and not let Carmella get between them. It was awesome. Okay, you got to watch this match too. I'm not even gonna explain it all, but either way, Charlotte lands the natural selection on Becky Lynch while she's trying to do the disarmor on Carmella, picks up the win by pinning Becky Lynch, and they hug afterwards, and they hug again, and the crowd is just booing their heads off. They're like, "Boo, man! You can't love this, Becky. You can't love this." And Becky decides, "I can't love this." Becky with the heel turn. Becky turns heel, and there's some people saying no. I think Charlotte. No. I think Becky legitimately turned heel here. It's weird to say Becky is a heel. It's not even weird because normally I would say a lot of the Beckys I've met have been very mean to me. So Becky turns heel, destroys Charlotte Flair, uh, literally destroys her, throws her over the announce table into a couple of announced chairs and everything, and just walks away. I wish she would have asserted this heel turn a little bit more because she didn't. She hit her with two legitimate shots, and it was apparent that she was a heel, but I wish she would have hammered it home just a little bit more. But I can understand their friendship is so long standing, and maybe she just didn't want to. Maybe they didn't want to push it too far because they're looking forward to some sort of real showdown between those two, and that's when Becky's really gonna take it up a notch. So I'm not mad about it. This was a great match. Charlotte becomes your new SmackDown Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch turns heel, which is just enough drama for me because Carmella still has the rematch clause. Charlotte is now having to fight against not only Becky Lynch's heeldom, but also against the rematch from Carmella because she's owed a legitimate one-on-one showdown and she's already beat her twice. It's got everything I need, man. Everything I need to be interested in the women's division of SmackDown Live has been fulfilled. So much love, much respect. This was awesome. This was real good. This was real good. I'm not joshing you. What belt could Dean get on Raw? The Intercontinental Championship, first of all. Second of all, him and Seth could team up to become tag team champions, or he could go after the Universal title if he really turns heel. He could start going after Roman, man. He's got a lot of room, and it's not just about belts. Especially with someone like Dean, dude. Dean is not a guy who needs a belt to be entertaining. Arguably, Dean is better without a belt. Dean is better without a belt, as far as I'm concerned. So I'd rather him not even get a belt. Whenever he has a belt, he becomes super boring. So at least in my opinion. Anyway, that's done with. Next up, this was what I talked about previously as could be match of the night, and what did not disappoint me. I think this probably was the match of the night. In terms of just the feels, in terms of how invested I was, you guys are going to see my live reactions. I'm uploading all my live reactions to every single one of these matches. So I hope you guys' subscriber feed is ready because I'm about to hit you guys with all my reactions so that you guys can legitimately understand what I go through during these pay-per-views. And so you guys can relive the hype without having to skip through a 8-hour broadcast or whatever it was. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the SmackDown World Championship, or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the most prestigious title in the entire WWE, if you ask me. This match was awesome. I'm not even going to describe any of the spots because I don't want to spoil it for you. Just watch it, all right? AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. AJ Styles, his strength is off the charts. Samoa Joe, this guy's agility, his ability to tell a story with his wrestling, tell a story in the ring and outside the ring. There was a promo that was cut before the match even started. Do I have that? Dude, I hope I have this. Hang on a second. Do I have the promo that they cut before the match? Dude, I really hope so. Do I have it? Does it exist? Dude, I gotta find out if this exists. Hang on a second. Let me. Dude, if this exists, I gotta talk about it. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I gotta at least let it be heard, because these two, God, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, honestly, match of the night, dude. I really believe that. Do I have it? Is it here? Dude, there's so much to talk about. I don't think I have it. Well, anyway, they cut promos before the match was even started. They start fighting. It's a destructive match. It's a legitimately you could tell that there's blood and there's history behind it. They don't need to start out with a slow build and all that. There were some rest holds and things, but it wasn't overdone like a lot of matches are recently. Then about 90% of the way through the match, Samoa Joe climbs up on the announce table. He's got a mic. AJ is kind of incapacitated at the moment. He's got a mic and he says, "Well, I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm sorry to tell you and your daughter that I told you your dad was coming home, but that's not happening. But that's okay, because I'll be your new daddy." And the crowd lets out this guttural reaction. It's not a boo. It's not a cheer. It's like, "Oh, really? Did you just say that?" And at that moment, it touched the inner father in me. It touched the father in my heart when I heard him say that, and I was like, AJ is gonna kill this man. And AJ gets up and kills this man. They didn't really kill him, but he grabbed a chair and he got disqualified. He destroyed him. He hit him with the chair so many times, they had to get everybody out there to pull AJ off of him with this chair and stop him from destroying and killing, maiming Samoa Joe. It brought a tear to my eye legitimately, dude. I was legitimately crying because it was just so impactful, so well done. Samoa Joe is a freaking piece of profit for the WWE, and so is AJ. This was incredible. It literally brought me to tears, and when you see my reaction, you'll understand that I'm not kidding. This was exactly what needed to happen, and I don't think it's over with, which I'm glad. I'm glad it ended this way. It ended in a disqualification. AJ lost the match, but he didn't lose the title. Samoa Joe won, but he's definitely under the skin of AJ, which is going to feed into the storyline even more. I can't wait for Tuesday to find out what's going to happen, what's going to come of this. Watch the match, guys. The match was the match of the night as far as legitimately being invested in the feelings, and it had one of the shortest builds out of any of this, which just shows that, well, the shortest build on TV. It had one of the longest builds when it comes to like real life time. But what a match, man. AJ ran up from the steps over the barricade and speared him into the ring announcer's area. Yes, he did. He destroyed him. Absolutely destroyed him. I loved it so much, and I loved that AJ was like, you know what, forget this match. I'm destroying you for saying that. And it was everything you wanted to be, man. That was a Visa card match. Everywhere you wanted to be, and it was a McDonald's match because I was loving it. Just fantastic, man. They did everything they needed to do. They did not disappoint me at all with that match. And there are gonna be some people, oh, why couldn't it have a real finish? That is a real finish. That's how you finish people who talk about you like that. That's how you finish people who talk about your wife and your child like that. That is a legitimate finish. There's no other finish that should ever happen when people talk about your family like that. If you think there's any other finish that should happen, you might not care enough about your wife and child. You need to check your heartstrings, because that's the only finish that can happen there. Disqualification. I'm beating you to heck and back with a steel chair. Next, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, guys. Speaking of rivalry, holy moly guacamole, man. Out of nowhere, unexpected from AJ. Exactly, he got under his skin. I loved it so much. Next up, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan comes out with the Seattle Seahawks gear. He was doing the dang thing. This match had everything, ups and downs, highs and lows. It had the emotion. It had the reversals. Daniel Bryan was doing everything in his power to stay in this match and to really take it to The Miz. Miz was wrestling safe and cunning. This was just the tale of a hero versus a crafty heel to a T. Perfection embodied. And then, near the end of the match, The Miz goes to the outside. He doesn't even go to the outside. He gets put outside, and he grabs something from the... Maurice is sitting. His wife is sitting at ringside. And she grabs something from who knows where and hands it to The Miz behind the cover. The ref couldn't see it. The ref couldn't see it. The Miz puts on what I think is brass knuckles, goes over. Daniel Bryan's going for some sort of suicide dive or some other high-risk maneuver, and he just gets clocked in the head with whatever The Miz had. They're probably going to do the slow-motion instant replay on... Not instant. It's going to be a slow-motion replay 2 days later on SmackDown Live and show exactly what it was or whatever. And so The Miz hands whatever it was back to Maurice, gets in the ring, and pins Daniel Bryan for the 1-2-3. So The Miz draws first blood in this rivalry. This is not over with, and I'm glad it's not over with because I would like for this particular feud to last all the way to WrestleMania and beyond. I would like this to be the crowning and defining rivalry of both of these men's careers because I don't think there's anything bigger for Daniel Bryan than this. I don't think there's anything bigger for The Miz than this. They could put titles on it. They could do whatever they want. I know people are going to cite, oh, but what about when he beat Randy Orton and Batista? Whatever, dude. He overcame the authority, but this is like legitimately years and years and years and years in the making. And on top of that, it's like they legitimately dislike each other. The other people were like tools. They were tools of a larger picture. This is legitimately like Daniel Bryan wants to destroy this guy. This guy wants to destroy Daniel Bryan. I think this could be the defining feud of their careers, and I hope that it lasts at least till WrestleMania, and hopefully for a long time. Maybe they'll even become tag team partners and win something and then turn on each other again. I'm looking forward to like 2021 and stuff, man. People are thinking about 2018 November. I'm thinking about all the way past that, man. These guys are going to be epic. Probably see Braun cash in. Dude, I think so. Maybe. Brass knuckles. Who knows, dude? Who knows? I'm going to have to wait for a legitimate replay on that. All I saw was that they tried to replay it, and I didn't see a dang thing. And I got HD over here, okay? HD. Either way, Miz wins. I'm glad he won the opening gambit of this because if Daniel Bryan won, I don't think it would be as much of a oomph. Like, it would be a hype moment, but I don't think it would be a oomph, you know? This was an oomph. This is to wake him up. They went backstage later on, and Daniel Bryan was talking to his wife, Brie Bella, and he was beside himself. He said, go out there and just enjoy the rest of the show. I got some thinking to do. So hopefully Daniel Bryan is going to concoct a plan that is gonna put him up, or at least put him into a 1-1 category. I don't want him going down 2-0, but that might still happen. And next, one of the surprises of the night. Dude, do I have this? I hope I have this. Do I have this? Maybe I don't even have this. Hang on a second. I'm about to have this. Yeah, just give me 1 second. There we go. All right, I'm gonna have this. Don't you guys worry. Dude, I'm gonna have all this. I don't not have this. I have this. Yes, what you're looking at is the Demon Finn Balor. The Demon Finn Balor made an appearance at SummerSlam, guys, against Baron Corbin. That's really all I got to say because Demon Finn Balor destroyed it. This was another one of the squash matches. Okay, so there were three. There were 3 squash matches tonight. Demon Finn Balor emerges as soon as you heard down, 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 and you saw the heartbeat, the red lights go doof, 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 and you saw the smoke on the ramp. It was like, what? Yes, Demon Finn Balor made an appearance at SummerSlam. I don't know why, but I think it's just to add to the spectacle so that people will stop talking trash about how SummerSlam is not a good show. Because, man, I know a lot of YouTubers who are going to be on blast tomorrow, man. I've been seeing these people talking about how SummerSlam is going to be garbage and how NXT overshadows it, and there's no chance for SummerSlam to be anything of merit, anything of worth, or anything that people are going to talk about afterwards. Well, well, well. If you watch these YouTubers, it might be time to stop watching them as much because you cannot trust their opinions any further because they are prejudging things they know nothing about based off of previous prejudice. Demon Finn Balor showed up to add an extra piece of kindle to the fire that was SummerSlam, and he destroys Baron Corbin in I would say maybe a minute and 59 seconds. I'll give him maybe 2 minutes. This was a very, very super squashes match. Demon Finn Balor overcomes Baron Corbin. I feel like they shot a lot of their hype on this feud, and maybe it's over with. Tomorrow on Raw, we're gonna get a lot of answers. So I hope you guys will come show up and be part of my Monday Night Raw hangout. Because man, we got to find out about a couple things, and this is one of them. Why was he the demon? Will they even explain it, or will they just brush it under the rug like it didn't happen? Who knows, man. But Demon Finn Balor made an appearance, and he destroyed Baron Corbin. I'm not talking about destroyed. Destroyed is the way you got to say it when this type of thing happens. And you hate to see that type of thing happen, but everybody in Brooklyn loved to see that type of thing happen. Next up, we got ourselves a Shinsuke Nakamura title defense against Jeff Hardy in a pretty okay match. Admittedly, I was something got delivered to my door during this match, so I missed some of it. But overall, I think it was a pretty dang good showing by Jeff Hardy. I've been saying he's injured for a while now. He's been moving slower. He's been kind of not being the Jeff Hardy that we know him to be. But in this match, he did a pretty good job of wrestling against Shinsuke, and Shinsuke did a good job of putting over the amount of damage that Jeff could do. Jeff really got under his skin by mocking him with the "Come on" chant and stuff like that. So it was a really okay match. It wasn't great. I definitely think these two could put on a 5-star match. These two could be a main event on any other promotion, but here at WWE and with the WWE way of doing things, and with Jeff Hardy working a little bit slower and less impactful and less astounding as normal, this is the match that they kind of had to do as far as I'm concerned. So Shinsuke picks up the win, but the way he picks up the win is one of the most fantastic parts of this match because Jeff Hardy was going to go for the Swanton Bomb, but Shinsuke smartly rolls under the bottom rope, and so he's over here below the bottom rope. It's actually on that side, but whatever. Oh no, it was over here. It was below this rope. So Jeff Hardy is standing on the top rope, and he's like, you know what? If the crowd wants to see it, I'm gonna do it. So you know Jeff Hardy. I know Jeff Hardy. He jumps off the top rope and does a Swanton Bomb onto Shinsuke Nakamura on the apron, but Shinsuke rolls out of the way, and Jeff Hardy just smashes his back on the apron, which gives Shinsuke the amount of time and the space that he needed to roll him into the ring and hit him with the Kinshasa and pick up the win. So Shinsuke retains his United States Championship, which is fine with me. I hope, goodness gracious, I hope this is going to give Jeff Hardy a chance to just go off and rest or do something, man, because it's almost painfully obvious that there's something going on with him that's keeping him from being that Jeff Hardy. You know what I'm talking about. So hopefully he's good. Randy Orton comes out right after this match and just stares down Shinsuke, and then he walks down to the ring like he's gonna do something, and then he turns around and just walks away. I love it, man. This is the heel Randy I've been looking for so long. The face Randy, I know people love him, but they're gonna cheer for him no matter what. Or some people are gonna boo him because some people can't understand that it's a storyline. But he turns around and just walks off. And this is what I'm saying. I love this heel Randy because he's not giving the people what they want. They want to see him hop in the ring and RKO Shinsuke. They want to see it. But he's like, nah. I'm going to be a heel. I'm going to be a heel in my mannerisms. I'm going to be a heel in my actions. And I'm also going to be a heel when it comes to your expectations. I'm not even going to give you what you want to see from me as a heel. Like he's literally just healing it up across the board, and he's doing it right. So he walks off. That's the end. Shinsuke walks out with his championship, with the United States Championship. So hopefully, Shinsuke and Randy are about to have themselves a little bit of a, not even a little bit. Hopefully, it's going to be a legitimate rivalry, and these two can go. These two are very good at making the hard things look easy. So it'll just be a good clash between these two. Next up, oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness. What are we to now? Are we to the Ronda Rousey match? Can we please be to the Ronda Rousey match? Hang on. I'm going to refresh these results and see. Where am I at? Where am I at? Yep. I'm to the Ronda Rousey match. Okay. So, next up. I loved this match more than more than like pretty much anything that could happen in wrestling currently. Do I have a picture? I don't. I'm gonna get it. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm doing a live broadcast, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. It's not the easiest thing in the world to put together a live broadcast and also get you guys cool stuff on the screen at the same time. So just give me a moment. See how quick that moment was? It's already over. Look at how quick that moment was. Ronda Rousey. This is really all I need to really show you. Ronda Rousey with the WWE Raw Women's Championship raised high. She destroyed Alexa Bliss. They actually had Natalya come out first, which I think was a very good piece of this match. I loved seeing Natalya smiling and waving to the crowd and just living it up and soaking in the love of the universe, because this is something that people forget about, man. I feel like this is, if there's anything I could do for you guys right now, it's more important than any of this review. It's more important than anything I do on my channel. It's that when times get you down, when times get hard, when things seem inescapable, when things seem like there's nobody out there, I need for you to understand that I've put together a place for you. It's called Team Gritty, and that there are places, there are people who care about you. Okay? Come hang with us. Say what's up. We're going to say what's up back. We're going to be hyped to see you. Just chill with us, all right? This was the embodiment. The beginning of this was the embodiment of what I try to do for everybody. Natalya walks out, and the crowd just showers her with love. They know what match is about to happen, but they don't even care. Like, you could tell the crowd was like, Natalya. They weren't like, get to Ronda Rousey. Come on, where's Ronda? They were like, Natalya. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. The support, the love, the actual care that you could hear and you could feel in the crowd was awesome. That's what I'm talking about, man. Natalya wore her dad's jacket. Really? That's epic, dude. That's epic. I didn't even realize that. That's what was up with her outfit. I was wondering. I was like, her outfit looks a little different. I didn't notice that. But that's what I'm talking about, guys. If there's anything I can legitimately do for you guys tonight, other just way above and beyond reviewing SummerSlam, it's realize when you have problems, when things are going wrong in your life, when you're behind on the bills, or when somebody cheats on you, or somebody says something bad, or work didn't go well, man, get in here. All right, stop trying to go off on your own and deal with it. I'm telling you, man. I know you're strong. I know you guys got what it takes to deal with it on your own, and you want to be a tough guy or a tough girl. Oh, I'm so tough, I don't need nobody. It's not about needing anybody. It's about the fact that we're here to make it easier, man. Why would you climb up a 1,000-foot mountain when there's a road that goes right around it, man. Just get on the road with us and go around it. Stop trying to be a tough guy. Stop trying to be a tough girl. Realize there are people out here, all right? You can be just as buff and just as strong and just as awesome as you think you are, and you can have friends to make it much easier. Just get on the road and drive around the mountain with us, all right? Don't go trying to climb up it and dying on the summit. All right? Either way, Ronda Rousey comes out finally, and then Alexa Bliss comes out, and it's just it's sultry. It's a sultry and just gosh, man, how do I put this? It's just a moment of clarity where you realize that Ronda Rousey is about to destroy this woman, and just the look of her, dude, her her makeup, her hair, her outfit. She had a brand new ring gear that had like Wolverine stripes on it. Ronda Rousey looked like $1.5 million. There she is right there. You can't really tell, but she looked like $1.5 million. She had that ring gear that was form fitting finally, so she's not always trying to like wrestle with her ring gear. Have you guys noticed that Ronda Rousey wrestles with her ring gear more than she wrestles with actual other people? Tonight, no. She had the ring gear that they cut and pressed and made perfectly just for her, so she could just go out there and do the dang thing. And she snapped up Alexa Bliss and made her look like a. Alexa Bliss was calling her overhyped rookie. She made Alexa Bliss look like the rookie, man. She destroyed her. This was a super duper extra mega squash. I was expecting some sort of weirdness to happen to try to put Alexa Bliss over because WWE obviously loves Alexa Bliss, but no, they straight up just put the belt on Ronda. Ronda just smashed her up, hit her with two of her finishers. The roundhouse drop twice. The second time looked just, man. I cannot tell you how hype I was. And you won't have to worry about how hype I was because I'm going to upload all of my reactions so you guys can go back and relive the magic that was Gritty getting out of his mind hype and blowing your speakers. Because she killed it. And Alexa Bliss, she better not even try to. I would love to see Alexa Bliss be the first person to be like, nah, I don't even want a rematch clause. You keep that. Because she needs to. The way that this match looked, unless Alexa Bliss has like 2 or 3 women in her corner to help her, she shouldn't even try it. She should be like, you know what? I'm gonna pass my but that would kind of make her illegitimate. But whatever. I want to pass my rematch clause on to Mickey James, or pass my rematch clause on to Nia Jax, or pass it on to Ember Moon. Pass it to somebody. Just stop. You're over with. You got destroyed. Get her out of here. This was incredible. I loved seeing it, and I'm so glad she won it. Just it's time. There is no one more legitimate in the WWE right now than Ronda Rousey. I would put her against anybody right now. But there are some people who could step up if they book them right. As I said, Ember Moon, Nia Jax, maybe Mickey James, maybe Natalya. Just off of Raw, that's pretty much or Ruby Riot would be really good. I think Ruby Riot, because we haven't seen her much recently, I think they could start booking her really as somebody who's got the move set or the skill set to really challenge Ronda. So I don't know, but as of right now, man, she's a champ, and I don't see anybody touching this. So whatever. And then we get to the main event of the evening. Ronda had war paint on her face. Yeah, she came out here looking like just I don't even know, like the scariest thing possible. I don't know anybody in this chat room or on the internet who wants to step to her right now, except for maybe like Cyborg. There's probably a couple women in UFC who want to get that like quick pop or want to clout chase by fighting Ronda Rousey, but the way she looks in the WWE, I don't think anybody is ready, you know? It was awesome. This is exactly how she needs to be framed, and I'm so glad she's a champion. And tomorrow on Raw, the place is it's going to be a deafening cheer from the crowd that I'm going to love so much. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow for Monday Night Raw because it's going to be off the charts, man. And join me for Cinema Monday tomorrow. Cinema Monday is going to be awesome as well because I'm doing Cinema Monday after Raw, which is my every month I do one stream where we watch a movie together, and I stream the whole movie on the screen. It's copyright free, so you don't have to worry. It's not illegal. Come and hang out with me on my Twitch channel, guys. Twitch.tv youtube.com/Gritty Urban Saga. It's going to be very, very fun. After Raw tomorrow. Don't worry, if you show up to Raw, I'm going to tell you a couple times. So just show up to Raw if you missed what I just said. The final match of the night. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. They both come out. They both get their fanfare or their boos or whatever. It's just it's got that incredibly huge fight feel to it, and there's just how can I explain it? There's this feeling in the crowd, like there's a feeling in the air that I caught from the way the crowd was reacting to it, and the way that I was seeing it, the way it was framed. That was just like, come on, Roman. Just get this belt off of him. It wasn't even that it was like, it wasn't even legitimately like we should just hope that Roman wins. It was just like, get the belt off this dude, man. It was that feeling of, dude, just do it. It's fine. Just do it. Get it over with. And anyway, after introductions are over, you hear Braun Strowman's music hit, and Braun Strowman comes out. Braun Strowman comes out, and he takes the mic with his Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's like, I know the history of this briefcase, but I'm not the person. I'm not the one to clock somebody when they're down. I'm not the person to try to take advantage of somebody when they're down. I'm going to hit you when you can see me. I'm going to hit you face to face. He doesn't say that exact thing, but that's basically what he's talking about. So Braun Strowman is standing outside the ring the whole time. He's got his briefcase. He says, go ahead. When I cash in, you guys are going to know it. Straight out the gates, Roman Reigns, spear, Superman punch, spear, Superman punch, just destroying Brock Lesnar, but then it gets broken up. A little bit of the action gets broken up. Brock Lesnar starts to get back into the feel of things. Roman Reigns goes for a spear to try to spear it, and this was a beautiful piece of booking by the WWE, and I'm not sure if they did this on purpose, but this was an attention to detail moment where Roman Reigns went for the same spear that he did to Brock Lesnar that actually almost won him the Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia. He went to spear Brock Lesnar out of the ring, but Brock moved, and he ended up hopping out of the ring and suicide diving Braun Strowman, which is the beginning of Braun Strowman starting to get a little bit damaged. Roman is down on the outside. Braun is down on the outside. Brock Lesnar hops out and decides, guess what? He picks up Braun Strowman and hits him with the F5. So smart. Then he grabs a chair. Oh no! He grabs the Money in the Bank the Money in the Bank briefcase. It starts beating up Braun with the briefcase. So Brock is actually flexing a bit of his smarts. I don't know if Paul Heyman told him this or not. But this was smart stuff by Brock. Okay, Brock starts beating the heck out of Braun Strowman, and then he takes the Money in the Bank briefcase and just tosses it. He throws it all the way up the ramp over here. He throws it from here all the way to the area where they come out from behind the gorilla position. So the Money in the Bank briefcase is out of the picture for Braun, at least for a couple of seconds if he wants to cash in. So smart stuff from Brock Lesnar, but just not smart enough because Roman Reigns had the wherewithal to get himself fully in position. And Brock Lesnar starts beating the heck out of Braun Strowman with the chair to make sure that no cash in. Brock is so preoccupied with the cash in that he's worried too much about Braun, and he doesn't realize that Roman Reigns has made his way back into the ring and has set himself up for the ooh-wah, baby. And the ooh-wah happens. Brock Lesnar climbs in the ring with the steel chair and gets just so speared that the chair flips off, bounces off the ropes, and hits Brock in the head on the way down. If you go back and watch it, you get to see the steel chair lands on Brock's head after the ooh-wah, the super spear from Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns gets the Universal Championship, and it's legit. It's over. There is no cash in. There is no cash in. Roman Reigns is your new Universal Champion. Look at how big this picture is. Ooh-wah. This is not a Photoshop. This is real. Roman Reigns is your new Universal Champion. Thank goodness. Finally, get Brock out of here, dude. If you see my live reaction, you're going to see somebody who is legitimately and just happily done with Brock Lesnar. I hope he does not get a rematch clause, and I hope he goes off and does good things in UFC, but goodbye Arrivederci, man. I want this title on TV. It needs to be here. Needs to be here. He threw Roman in the ring. Okay, cool. Sorry, man. I just saw it, and I was busy with like 150 other things. So he threw Roman in the ring. Whatever. He was too preoccupied with Braun to realize that Roman was not all the way out of it. Is my main idea here. Either way, Roman is your brand new Universal Champion. I love it. And tomorrow on Raw, we might see a cash in. We might not. Who knows? But Braun is still the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Roman is your new Universal Champion, and Brock is off to do some Daniel Cormier stuff. Incredible. We finally get ourselves a Universal Champion that's going to be on TV. And man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So, that is my full recap. Now, when it comes to my review score, when it comes to out of 10, dude, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough stuff. Out of 10, SummerSlam, was it a must-see event? I rank my events on a multi score, like multi tiers that feed into the score. Was it a must-see event? Yes. Did you miss something if you didn't watch this? Yes. Were there things that pushed forward rivalries that capped off rivalries or pushed them forward into another level? Yeah, there were things that legitimately did that. The match quality, guys. You go back and watch this pay-per-view, you're going to realize that there was a definite attention to putting in some okay matches. This was not your normal main roster pay-per-view. There were people doing guillotine suplexes. There were things happening, people flying out of the ring. Charlotte Flair did a corkscrew moonsault on top of two athletes. There were things that were happening here that definitely brought the WWE style of wrestling up a notch. So the quality of matches was better than normal. And overall, how well did it mesh? How well did it flow? How was there an attention to detail that you could tell where a storyline was actually continuing on, where people wrestled like they should? There was some weird stuff like Finn Balor coming out as a demon, or Paul Heyman really not getting involved after all that stuff that he went through, and how much they focused on Paul Heyman. It was weird to not see Paul Heyman be more of a part of the main event, or at least do something. Maybe I missed it, but who knows? I'm going to say that overall, SummerSlam was an 8.8 out of 10, which is most likely the highest grade I'm going to give this year for a main roster pay-per-view. 8.8. It was very close to a 9, but there were a few matches that the match quality was a little bit lower than what would be necessary for me to really get just out of my mind. The things that saved it was the AJ and Samoa Joe segments, the match between the two of them. There was really great stuff that happened in here. So I'm giving it an 8.8. One of the best pay-per-views the main roster has put on in a long time. I can't give it a 9 because there was definite things that dipped a little below what I would consider an almost perfect pay-per-view. I don't want to give it a 9. I don't want to give it a 9. The whole build towards the Baron Corbin and Finn thing was weird. The what else? The lack of just legitimate intensity behind Becky Lynch's heel turn brought it down a little bit. What else? What else? I love the Ronda Rousey squash. That was so good, man. I might give it like an 8.9. Okay, I'm giving it an 8.9, but that's it, dude. It's not touching 9. I'm not giving it a 9. Okay? No 9. Giving it an 8.9. That's as high as I'm going. 8.9. I think that's it. What do you guys give it? That's my question. I gotta balance that against what the rest of the WWE universe is saying. So what do you guys think? Out of 10, what would you rank SummerSlam? That way I can get a firm grasp on it. Cameron says a solid 9. CB Gaming says 8.6. 9 out of 10 says Chicken Nugget. Okay. The Mo says 8.5. Let's find out. Let's find out. I agree with y'all. 1.10. 9 out of 10 says Braun. I liked it. I liked it. SkullCrusherPrincess says 7.9 out of 10. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. What else am I seeing? Chicken Nugget says 9 out of 10. FinnishViking says 9 out of 10. Adam Baum says 9 out of 10. Josephlo says 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Dude, 8.9 out of 10 to 9.0 out of 10 is pretty much it. Greg says 8.9 out of 10. There you go, guys. It's a firm around a 9.0. This pay-per-view, and this is what I tried to hammer home at the beginning of this, is stop watching people who tell you that the WWE doesn't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're just literally stringing you along because they don't have to do anything. They don't have to do a dang thing. And I hope they keep this up, man. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks being a nice slide down the hill that was SummerSlam right into the next pay-per-view. A nice slide. I don't want it to be a drop-off where we fall off a cliff, because SummerSlam's up here on a cliff. We could do a nice slide to where it's nice and comfortable, or we could do a and splat on the pavement. I don't want to do that. Or not pavement, but splat on the rocks. Who wants to splat on the rocks, and who wants a nice smooth ride? Because you know it's not going to stay there. It's going to go down. But the Raw after these pay-per-views is normally something where we could actually go from the cliff to, oh, there were stairs. Did you know there were stairs? Oh my God, now we're on the top of a mountain. We could do that. I hope so. But you know it's going to be like this. I hope it's a nice little slide instead of a sheer drop into spiky rocks. Okay. I loved SummerSlam, and I must say, thank you guys so much for showing up for this. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being part of what I try to put together, of the dream that I have of putting together a good place for wrestling fans to hang out and live spoiler and dirt sheet free. And thank you so much for being part of the review. I hope you guys liked that I'm including some screenshots now. I hope that means something to you guys. And I also hope that you'll get something good to eat, because I'm about to have all this musubi, all these pot stickers. I'm about to eat like a king, because I broadcasted like a king. And on top of that, I gotta do all this editing. So I will see you guys on the morrow for Monday Night Raw, and I will see you guys for Cine Monday, which is the hangout where we're going to watch a full movie together. So I hope you guys will be there on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gritty Urban Saga. Thank you to the Mo for being the newest legit boss. Thank you to everybody who became the legit boss, and I hope you guys are ready for the boss rumble, because, man, there can only be one, like the Highlander. You guys rock so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. I hope you left a thumbs up. If you didn't already leave a thumbs up, please leave one on your way out, guys. And please stay safe in the meantime, all right? Stay safe. Keep yourself safe. Try to do something nice for someone less fortunate than you, because if we all do that, it's going to be a great place to live in. And I will catch you guys on the morrow for Monday Night Raw. Oh, it's going to be off the charts, guys. Gritty Urban. Roman Reigns. Finally a champion that we can have on TV. And my gloves. My Roman Reigns gloves. And my Roman Reigns shirt. And Grapplechat. Out.